Never before has a Super Bowl featured two QBs with higher career winning percentages.
He's not out of bounds yet. Inside the 10, he dives for the end zone. Touchdown! A remarkable acrobatic scramble.
Never before have two teams whose primary color is red squared off in the big dance.
Down the sideline, Raheem Mostert does it again. Touchdown! San Francisco!
The San Francisco 49ers are looking to join the Patriots and Steelers in the Six Rings Club. The Chiefs are hoping to help Andy Reid get his first. It's the Super Bowl, so we have 12 predictions to unveil for you. You'll get half of them midway through, and then the other half at the end. First though, let's stack these squads up side by side so you is as hot as the Niners run game is. Derrick Henry was the hottest thing going on the ground in the NFL, and KC held him to a measly 3.6 yards a carry, which eventually took Tennessee out of its preferred game plan, which is exactly what the Chiefs will try and do to the Niners. If they succeed, that would put the ball in the hands of Jimmy Garoppolo more often, who hasn't had to do too much in the playoffs, but has shown when he is called on, he's plenty capable of coming through.
Garoppolo throws wide open, Samuel still going.
Garoppolo may have taken a backseat to their run game these last few weeks, but Jimmy G has plenty of games he can point to this season in which he's led the way. He threw for 250-plus yards 7 times this year, and the Niners went 7-0 in those games.
He looked to throw. He throws for the end zone. Caught by George Kittle. Right on the goal line. Touchdown!
So even if he's been a little quiet on their drive to Miami, he could make some noise once he's there.
Picks it up!
Charvarius Ward enjoyed a breakout season at corner. His rating against for the year was a paltry 67.3 according to Pro Football Focus.
Made pattern near side, and it's going to be intercepted! Charvarius Ward intercepted in the end zone!
Ward wasn't the only Chiefs DB to make things tough on opposing receivers either. Safeties Tyrann Mathieu and Daniel Sorensen also both posted sub-70 passer ratings allowed, and corner Bashaud Breeland's rating against was just 77.4.
Intercepted Bashaud Breeland!
For perspective, the line of demarcation for rating is more or less 90. Anything below that, as a defender, means you're in pretty good shape. That makes KC's Kendall Fuller the weak link of the group, as he allowed a whopping 131.4 rating against. But as is the case for most good secondaries, their performance tends to be tied to their pass rush's ability to rattle the QB. And here we find yet another Chiefs defensive strength.
Frank Clark chasing, knocks him down! Tannehill goes down!
Frank Clark has been on a tear, 6 sacks in his last 4 games. The duo of Clark and Chris Jones helped the Chiefs to the 11th most sacks on the season. However, they didn't generate a lot of pressure when they didn't get home. They finished 26th at pressuring the quarterback. But when the Niners are passing, pressure is the key to taking Jimmy G out of his game. He had a passer rating of 102.0 overall this season, but that dropped to 68 most takeaways.
And that ball is intercepted. Here's Tyrann Mathieu.
The Niners, though, tied for 22nd in turnovers, so the Chiefs have fared better in turnover differential overall. And what if the game came down to a game-winning field goal? Robbie Gould had a bit of a down year, only hitting 74.2% of his kicks. However, he's 13 for his last 13.
Gould knocks it through from 42.
Harrison Butker, meantime, hit 89.5% of his kicks this year, and he has hit his last 11 straight.
A 24-yard field goal, and that's absolutely perfect. You can get a chalk line and dust that baby through.
Okay, there's your statistical look at these two clubs. The Niners are technically the visitor. They will be sporting their white jerseys and gold pants. The Chiefs donning their traditional home garb. You have more than enough to post your prediction and analysis in the comments section of YouTube. Please keep it coming. The message boards have been chock full of good information all year, so let's finish strong. For now, we leave you with an extra helping of predictions from our NFL media group. Happy Super Bowling, everyone, and thanks for riding along with us for what has been an amazing 2019 NFL season.
One for KC. Mahomes with a flag down. He'll take the deep shot. It is caught! Tyreek Hill! What a play! Touchdown!
fact is, as hot as the Niners' run game is, Derrick Henry was the hottest thing going on the ground in the NFL, and KC held him to a measly 3.6 yards a carry, which eventually took Tennessee out of its preferred game plan, which is exactly what the Chiefs will try and do to the Niners. If they succeed, that would put the ball in the hands of Jimmy Garoppolo more often, who hasn't had to do too much in the playoffs, but has shown when he is called on, he's plenty capable of coming through.
Garoppolo throws wide open. Samuel still going.
Garoppolo may have taken a backseat to their run game these last few weeks, but Jimmy G has plenty of games he can point to this season in which he's led the way. He threw for 250-plus yards 7 times this year, and the Niners went 7-0 in those games.
He looked to throw. He throws for the end zone. Caught by George Kittle. Right on the goal line. Touchdown!
So even if he's been a little quiet on their drive to Miami, he could make some noise once he's there. But that's only because San Francisco's passing attack hasn't been needed. Because as good a blocker as Kittle is, he didn't make first-team All-Pro for just opening up rushing lanes.
Got Kittle, makes the catch, diving for the end zone. He's in! Touchdown, San Francisco!
Unlike 2018, though, Kittle is no longer a one-man band when it comes to San Francisco's passing game. Samuel not only has emerged as an up-and-coming star, but the 49ers also have Emmanuel Sanders to throw to as well. Sanders has had to hone his blocking skills more than he's been used to over his career, but he remains a threat to go off at any time. But going off against KC's secondary is far from an easy task, especially if you're a receiver. No team allowed fewer yards to wideouts this season than Kansas City.
Slant pattern intercepted. It's one. Thornhill. Touchdown.
The Chiefs on a whole held teams to the 5th lowest passer rating this season, the 8th fewest passing yards per game this year, and they tied for 10th fewest TD passes allowed. They also had a knack for the turnover, tying for the 5th most interceptions in the NFL.
A fade route right side is intercepted. Intercepted. Intercepted.